Rob is in Kyiv, joining us live. Rob, good evening to you. I know there's a curfew in Kyiv. I know a lot of people are trying to leave. A lot of people are taking shelter. Give us a sense of the mood where you are, sir.
Well, the mood is pretty restrained, I suppose is the way to put it. People are fearful. People are confused. People are angry. They're wondering what their next step should be. They're on the verge of panic in many cases. Some people have tipped over into panic. All through the day, thousands of people have been leaving Kyiv and trying to get closer to the Polish border on the western part of Ukraine. There have been massive traffic jams on the western side of the city. Petrol stations have seen huge queues with long tailbacks where people were prepared to queue for hours and hours, knowing that there was every possibility that the petrol stations would run out of petrol either today or in the days to come. And they wanted either to get out or at least to have the option by having a full tank of petrol to leave, if they felt it was necessary. And all the time, they're feeling stressed. You hear explosions quite frequently. Just before I came on air, there was an explosion. The streets now are empty because, as you just pointed out, the curfew has been introduced, took effect at 10 o'clock Ukrainian time. Just a few minutes ago. That will be in place till 7 o'clock in the morning. There are one or two people out on the streets, very few cars. I've seen a handful in the 10 minutes or so I've been here. But the mood quite clearly is very tense. People watch their television sets. They know that Russian troops have taken, or did take at one stage, an airport to the northwest, not very far away, about 30 kilometers to the northwest of Kyiv. The Ukrainians say that they've taken that back, but there's been fighting in many other places across Ukraine as well, and the fear will be that tomorrow the Russian forces will encroach even closer, and that instead of just missile attacks, which has been most of what we've heard and seen today, there will be ground offensives as well. That's the big fear at the moment. That, I think, is what's causing the real panic.
Indeed, US defense sources, Rob, saying that Russian forces are advancing closer to Kyiv. Clearly, there's that report that Chernobyl is in the hands of Russian forces too. That sense that you were just alluding to there, but what tomorrow might bring, I imagine for many people where you are, it is a scary feeling.
It is a very scary feeling. Nobody here wants to be under Russian rule. This is an independent country, a sovereign state. Its sovereignty has been brutally violated by Vladimir Putin's army, and they fear the consequences. They fear what it will mean to be a Ukrainian, potentially at least, under Russian rule. What sort of reprisals will the Russians take? What sort of attitude will Russian soldiers have to Ukrainians? Everybody is fearful. They don't know what's going to happen. They fear the worst.